तं केशवं रामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं भजे.
Jai Gurudev, fellow bhaktis and devotees of Guruji. So it was a beautiful weekend. We had the Italians here for 2 darshans at Sri Nilai. And yesterday on the Monday, I was lucky enough to be able to go for a walk with Guruji around Sri Nilai. And if you read my Facebook post, you'll know that it's always amazing to see Guruji appreciate what the Divine Mother has given us here. And he always says whenever we go for walks just how beautiful the surroundings are here and just how peaceful the surroundings are here. We sat on the bench together looking into the valley for at least 10 minutes. We didn't say anything, but it was just beautiful to see him appreciating everything that Divine has given us. For us, he is pure divinity, so it's beautiful to see the Divine appreciating what the Divine has given himself at the end of the day. So the theme that we discussed last week was Guruji as the gardener of our heart. And I'll start with a story that Guruji told, that Garuda had with a discussion that Garuda had with a great sage. And this great sage said to Garuda, dearest Garuda, I offer pranams to you, and how blessed you are that you have the Guru, you have the Lord, always riding around on your back. You have his feet always touching you. You are his vahan, you are his transport. And Garuda thanked the sage, and he said to the sage, however, sage, as blessed as I am, just think how blessed the devotees are of the Lord, the bhaktas of God, because God permanently resides inside of their heart. And this fits in with Guruji really making our hearts fertile to accept the love, to accept the seed of bhakti, so that it can become this creeper that grows. Then we will truly realize that God is actually seated in our heart. And until our hearts become fertile, God is always seated there. But until our hearts become fertile and we can actually understand this love in our heart, we won't be able to see God sitting in our heart. So later that morning, Swami asked the devotee was touching his feet, and the devotee came up and Guruji said to him, if you were standing before God, yes, what would you be able to tell God and be proud of that you accomplished in this life? What would you say to God? To say, Lord, in this life I've accomplished this. And I'm not talking about the mundane material things, because we shouldn't actually be proud of that. The only thing we can be proud of, and it's the only thing that comes with us life after life, is the bhakti, is the love. It's the service to the Master. This is what we carry through with us from life after life. We don't carry our knowledge. Do you remember what you learned in your last life? No. But the love and the bhakti and the service to your Guru from the last life is coming through now, which is why we have such a passion for it, which is why we have such a love for it. So the question that I asked at the end last year was, how important is the bhakti? How important is the Guru Seva? And why is it so important? I'll read you a verse from the Guru Gita. It's verse 11, and Swami says something beautiful afterward, which I'll share with you in his commentary. But the verse is Sarva Papa Vishodhatma Shri Guru Pada Sevanat Dehi Brahma Bhavat Yasmat Tat Kripartam Vadamani Te. And the translation is, through service at the feet of the Guru, the embodied soul becomes purified. In all its sins, and all of its sins are washed away. It becomes one with the Supreme. I disclose this to you out of grace, out of kripa. How blessed are we to be able to perform physical Guru Seva to our Satguru in this life. We as humans need action to change. We need movement in order for things to become different for us. We can sit around and talk about bhakti, we can sit around and talk about Guru Seva, we can sit around and talk about love. But until we start practicing it, until we start actually living it, it will not manifest within us. even with the grace of the God, even with the grace of the Guru. It will not manifest until we actually start to take action to let it manifest within us. And in the satsang that he gave with the Italian devotees over the weekend, he said just that. He has always been with us, and he is the one constructing all of the leelas for us. But this is such a blessing for us to be able to serve him in this life, because through the service we can become free. Our souls can become purified. Our hearts can become completely fertile for the creeper of devotion to grow that Guruji is planting inside of us day after day, minute after minute. So when you move forward through your day, and I've said this to you in the other videos, have you asked yourself, have I served Guruji today? How have I served Guruji today? And if even that is too much, then ask yourself, how have I remembered Guruji today? Have I remembered him properly? Have I paid due respects? In all my actions that I'm doing, am I consciously bringing Guruji into my life? Am I consciously bringing Guruji into all the actions? How is my kriya, my action with awareness? Start by doing that. If Guru Seva seems to be, if you are unable to fully commit to it, start small by asking yourself, how have you incorporated Guruji into your life? Start incorporating him small bit by small bit by small bit, so that over time he is a large bit in your life. And then without realizing it, the Guru Seva will start to manifest. So next week we'll go more into depth, because this is quite a beautiful topic, service to the feet of the Master, because this is his grace in this life that we can physically serve him. So if we can truly begin to understand that as his devotees and his bhaktas, this will be something that can free us at the end of this life. So the only time we come down is to be with him again when he comes down. And that is something extremely beautiful. I was thinking about that actually 3 days ago, just how magnificent it is that we are actually able to serve him in this life. And yeah, it's something that your heart rejoices about, actually. So I wish you all a fantastic week. And I know some of the other Swamis and Rishis have actually just released podcasts. Go and have a listen to them. Their knowledge is pure. It's coming from Guruji, And the more of the satsanga that you can actually listen to, this will also help your hearts to open and to become more fertile for the creeper of devotion to grow. So go and have a listen to them. And this week, really try and incorporate Guruji into your life little bit by little bit. Just think of him more often. And at the end of the day, ask yourself, how have I incorporated Guruji into my life? How has this changed me? Begin to become conscious of how this changes you by incorporating him into your life, to building up to that he's fully your life. So I wish you all a wonderful week. Jai Gurudev.